Today we're doing a video on our Blade Chroma Camera Drone. This is from Hackersracing and Hobby. It's an easy drone to fly for beginning or experienced flyers. It comes with a 20 to 30 minute battery life on a full battery, and it comes with 2 sets of blades. It also comes with an attachable camera that records in 1080p and up to 60 frames per second.
Before the first flight of this, really all you got to do is just charge the battery. That's kind of one of the, it takes like 2 hours, I do believe. I didn't really time it. And there is an adapter that you can use for those that do have better chargers, that'll charge it in, I think they say it's like 40 minutes. And then now on the radio itself, there's actually 3 settings. So you have steady mode. What it is basically is, it doesn't matter which way the drone is facing. If you pull the stick, say you want it to pan left, it'll pan left. Pan right, pans right. Now if you put it, now they do have it, it's in agility or angle mode, that it does have to be, it is oriented with how it's pointing. So if it's pointing at you, just like RC cars, everything's reverse. Left is right, right is left, forward, backwards, stuff to that effect. And then that also lets you fly it, with a little bit more speed. It's not stable, so you do need to have a little bit of experience. And then it has what they call a home mode, which if you get into trouble, you can just flick the switch down to home, and what it will do is all the lights you see are going to turn red, and then you don't have any input on your radio, but you're watching the drone come back at you. The only thing is, you don't want any kind of obstruction between the drone and where it took off, or like within 3 feet of where it took off, because it's going to basically it's going to be the straightest point, basically. And then it does land. It doesn't land exactly where you put it, but I've tried it a couple times, and it lands pretty darn close. It's a hell of a lot closer than 3 feet. And then just kind of look at the terrain. If it's bumpy or something like that, I probably wouldn't take off from that point. But you can flip it. Say you're in home mode, you're coming down and you don't like where it's going to land, you can flip it back up into angle mode or steady mode, get yourself some more height, get some altitude a little bit, readjust, and then hit the home, and it'll basically land a little bit, probably in a little bit better area if you don't like what the area is. The GPS antenna you see here, I did make the mistake of not putting that up once. I was getting ready to take off. I looked down, and I had just pushed the throttle forward to give me some lift, and when I looked down, it says no GPS. It had gotten off the ground probably a couple inches, and it wasn't stable at all. So I hurried up and stuck it down into home mode, and got it down. But it was pretty close. It wasn't level, so I got lucky that it didn't tip. So you want to make sure, one thing you want to make sure is that is your GPS antenna. You want that thing to be up, and you want everything on that radio to say ready or connected or whatever. Now there's a couple rocker switches. I don't know if you want to call them rocker switches. They are dials. There we go. That on your right side one, you have the option of hare or rabbit, which is basically faster. It gets you into the agility mode. The drone will move quicker for the inputs. Now, if you're still new, you can leave that down into the turtle mode, and everything moves slower. So it gives you time to think about which way you're going and facing, stuff to that effect. The other switch or rocker wheel is for your camera, which allows the camera to tilt. Either you face forward, so you can see everything that you're facing or where you're facing, and then you can have it pan all the way down and film the ground from when you're, wherever you're sitting. Now you can position that anywhere in between there also. So say you want to be halfway between level or horizontal and vertical, you can go halfway, and then that'll kind of give you a really lot more distance and kind of show a lot more of what you're filming basically. The only thing that on the whole thing is the lights themselves. When you're flying during the day, it's kind of hard to see your lights. When you're in different modes, these lights are, the two of them will turn a different color. And we're in steady mode right now, so that gives you the green and the white. Now, once you go to the angle mode, then the green ones, I do believe, turn to like a purplish pink. So that kind of tells you you're in the angle mode. Now, when you hit that home button, all these are red. So that just, you don't have no radio input, it's coming back to you. Like I said before, if you come back, it's coming back at you and there's something in the way, just flip the switch back to either angle or steady mode. The reason why you see the camera here is I took the camera off because I wanted to try a GoPro mount. And I just didn't put it back on yet. But it slides on and off very easily. And it plugs in with one little Molex connector, so it's really very easy to do. One thing I do suggest too is it does come with a when it's shipped in the box, it has a plastic cover kind of deal for the camera. After you're done flying and stuff, I would think it'd probably be a good idea to slide that back on just to keep that camera steady and stuff like that. I think those cameras are like $570 bucks or something, so you really want to take care of that. On the radio itself, it'll tell you, it tells you your GPS coordinates, your position, stuff to that effect. But it tells you, what your mode is, GPS. Now this one here right now is saying that we're connected to 13 satellites. So we're pretty connected down here where we're at. So, you don't have to worry about losing anything. And if you do, it has happened to me once or twice where you get close to something that blocks it. It actually grabs another satellite pretty quickly. And I've noticed that what it does is when it's doing that, trying to acquire another GPS, another satellite, the copter actually stops, hovers where it's at for maybe a second, less than that, and then you got everything back. So it kind of hesitates just a little bit. You also have your voltage, your batteries on there, and then when you get close to the battery on the drone itself, in the drone, when it gets close to like voltage, you get a readout. You'll get a warning says, hey, get below a certain height, stuff to that effect, altitude. And the radio will also tell you what your altitude is, also tells you what your ground speed would be, and it also tells you the distance from you.